Jeremy Sockman here today with a look at one of those movies that has more than just a few kicks and punches to offer, even though it does have kicks and punches to offer. It also has a real deep message for all of humanity. So what is Sidekicks trying to impart to all of us? Let's take a look. Barry's got asthma, but he's also a big-time dreamer and Chuck Norris fan. Unfortunately, he seems to be suffering from oxygen deprivation-based hallucinations and thinks he's actually teaming up with Chuck on his many movie adventures. When he checks out a karate school, he meets Sensei Stone, who can tell the kid can't handle the real work. That's when Mr. Lee, the uncle of his teacher Noreen Chan, offers to teach him some karate instead.
I will help you learn what you want to know. But once you stop wanting to learn, I will stop teaching.
Well, Mr. Lee, I don't want to stop learning.
Never interrupt your teacher.
Whoops, Barry pushes himself too far and collapses after running. Here's where things get interesting. Barry dreams that he suddenly overcomes all of his problems, learns karate, enters a local tournament, manages to get the actual Chuck Norris on his team, then, spoiler alert, wins the whole thing with an almost impossible brick-breaking masterclass. Chuck's proud, everyone cheers, even a kid in a wheelchair is inspired. Too bad it was all just his dying dream.
It's kind of like a dream coming true.
Dreams do come true, Barry. If you want them bad enough.
Dreams are good.
Now, stories of kids who can't, imagining being able to actually can, aren't new. The fact that this one features both the fictional and actual Chuck Norris does put it a kick above most, but it's the deep-rooted, powerful truth that the director, Aaron Norris, put into it that elevates Sidekicks to a master rank. You see, Sidekicks is a prescient vision of a future world where Chuck Norris is a figment of our collective imagination. Impossible as it might seem, one day the real Chuck will be gone, and all that will be left is the dream of him. This dream will transcend reality to become an image for all of us to aspire to, and Sidekicks is showing us the power of that dream and what we can accomplish by believing in it.
Oh, Barry. Yeah, you're doing great, Barry. It's all yours, Barry. All the way to the top.
We'll all be.
Because it was made in 1992, Chuck was still young and virile, so the thought that he might ever not be was too much for 90s audiences to comprehend. That was why they had to have Barry's dying dream be of the life he could have had if he'd only been healthy and fit and believed in Chuck.
Chuck Norris? Chuck Norris?
You got a problem with that, son?
In a post-1992 world, we don't have to actually be undergoing end-of-life hallucinations to fulfill our Chuck-infused potential. We can simply follow his ideal and find our own inner strength.
And that is your first lesson.
Now, what puts Sidekicks on an even higher plane is the fact that it shows how simply the conceptual thought of Chuck Norris is enough. He can exist as an ideal, even more so than a reality. Heck, future generations may not believe he ever existed at all, yet they will still have the ability to become more than they could be by emulating his example. As long as they don't have asthma, that is.
Life is very confusing.
So in the end, while you might come for the plentiful amount of actual sidekicks in Sidekicks, the fact that a viewing of it can impart a deep truth for your life, and all future lives, makes it truly something a belt above. I'm Jeremy Sockman, giving the potent power of personal growth and potential that is Sidekicks my seal of approval.
Well, it's been my pleasure.
A real hero.